Hi, Joel. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, it is my pleasure.
Tell us about the history or the story of Pur-Le Natural.
Well, Pur-Le Natural is the house brand of the company I work for called Global Botanical. And Global Botanical is a family-run company. I'm the fourth generation. We can trace our roots back to 1864.
Wow.
And what happened was in the early 1980s, we had a request from one of our clients that the products that were on the market, they just didn't like. So they requested us to come up with a brand of products. And Pur-Le Natural was born. The reason we use the phrase Pur-Le Natural as our brand is it was one of our core values, was that our products have to be pure and from nature.
Can you actually tell us a bit about the buffered oregano and how that differs from other oregano oils?
Not a problem. What happened was one of our early products actually was oil of oregano, both in liquid and in capsule form, and we got feedback from some of our clients that although the product had great results, it was just a little too difficult to take. It was too strong.
Mm-hmm.
So they asked us if there was a way for us to keep the strength but temper how it reacted to the body, because what they were saying was often people would take our product and it would essentially almost take their breath away for a moment due to its strength. So what we did is we sat down with some chemists and a PhD in microbiology and molecular biology. And between me being the herbalist, the PhD, and the chemist, we tried to figure out how to do that. And what we came up with in the end was if we add citrus, specifically oil and lemon, natural essential oils, in the right ratio, what they do is they buffer the sharpest part of the oregano oil and essentially mute it without muting the therapeutic benefit. So what ends up happening is you take the buffered oil of oregano and people find it works, but it doesn't nearly give the same burn.
That's amazing.
It's much a milder burn.
Excellent, but still the strength is there.
Oh yeah, there's no muting of the strength. We actually use the exact same grade and the exact same oregano oil throughout our entire product line. So our really, really strong one and our buffered use the exact same oil. The only difference is the addition of the orange essential oil and the lemon essential oil to buffer that one component of the oregano oil.
Fantastic. Could you tell us a bit more about the active ingredient in that, or the active ingredient in the oregano?
Sure. Well, oregano is one of the most potent spices out there. It has, I got to remember the number, I think it's something like 1,200 active compounds in it. And what the oil does is it concentrates them. So one drop of essential oil is literally multiple pounds of raw oregano as you would find it. The other big thing is it's the exact species. There are many species of products out there called oregano. Mm-hmm. We only use true medicinal oregano, which is, the Latin is Oreganum vulgare.
Okay.
And that makes a difference because each individual plant, even though there's well over 100 that are called oregano, have different medicinal properties. This is the one that's most researched. And what it is that makes it work is a combination of multiples of these individual components. The big ones are carvacrol and also thymol and rosmarin. Mm-hmm. And the reason those sound familiar is many essential oils have, especially spice essential oils, have different amounts of each of those, and it's the combination of them in the right ratio that has the therapeutic effect. Now, when we buy our oregano oil, the raw material, they can't standardize it or test for every component. There's just too many. The stuff we bought 3 years ago, they'd still be testing. So what they do is they test for the big one which is carvacrol. And the product we use, the raw material, is guaranteed, and we have the test to show, it's a minimum of 80% carvacrol.
Wow.
Consistently, batch in, batch out. We will not buy it if it's less than that.
Excellent. So can you actually tell us the main purpose of the oregano oil?
That's an interesting one because there isn't one main purpose.
Mm-hmm.
With things like this that are so versatile, there's many purposes. And what I mean by that is, for example, oregano, there's a ton of clinical benefit to it. It can be used as an anti-inflammatory. It can be used as an antifungal, antibacterial, antiviral, immune stimulator. It's also, if you use it topically, for example, it can be used to warm the skin to help if there's a bruising or a bit of a circulation issue. It also helps with your digestive system. It is also warming. It helps circulation. There's multitudes of uses for it, and how you can tell what to use it for is based on the dose and the route of application. But there are two key things to please remember, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the oregano oil away from any mucous membrane of any kind. Basically, keep it away from your nose, your eyes. You don't want to have it in your nether regions.
Mm-hmm.
It burns.
Mm.
In your mouth is designed to take spice. It's one of the things your mouth is designed for. Other parts of your body that have routes inside are not designed for spice.
It's amazing that you say
I'm trying to be as polite as I can in explaining that.
No, that's great. That's great, actually. But it's so amazing. There are so many different, ways you can use this product and benefits to it.
Oh,
I
definitely.
didn't know you could actually use it topically for bruising and such. That's very interesting.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
One of the coolest uses we found completely by accident was we had people here that it was in the middle of the winter several years ago, and someone had a stuffed up nose. And they were, when we're using this and when we're filling product, we're all decked out. We've got the gloves, we've got the masks, we've got the eye protection, just to make sure everything's nice and clean. But they noticed after about 10 minutes working with the product, their nose instantaneously just drained. It's like, I can breathe now.
Wow.
What happened? So we started looking into it and trying out different things, and we found it's actually very effective at opening up your clogged passages due to sinus congestion and due to just regular congestion. And the way you use it that way is actually quite interesting. You take a cotton ball, the same you would use for makeup or any other purse like that.
Mm-hmm.
You put one drop of oil on it, and you just put it underneath your nose. Just hold it on the little indentation above your upper lip. Do not inhale through it, because you'll end up sucking the oil through your nose. That'll hurt. Just breathe normally through your mouth. It's all fine. And you wait about 30, 45 seconds, and all of a sudden, it'll just whoosh.
That's fabulous. I have to remember this. I suffer
It's
from
a completely different thing. Yeah, we never expected it. We just found it out through trial and error. That's the easiest way to do it, and it worked time in, time out.
Fantastic. That's always the way it happens, right? By mistakes.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Actually, I would like to ask, because I know some of our listeners here have babies and children. So is the oregano oil, is that safe to use for babies and children, or?
Internally, no. It's way too strong. It is way too strong. You could not dilute it enough to use it internally safely. But, however, what you can do, and what many of our users do who have children, is they will actually rub it on the bottom of their children's feet. And they found with that that does help get the benefits of it, but at the same time, it doesn't burn, it doesn't cause any discomfort. It's easy for them. But never, please never give any oil of oregano product. I'll be honest, I don't care which kind it is.
Mm-hmm.
Any oregano product that's worth its salt will be way too strong for any children until they're teenagers.
Okay, good. So what are the, do you use preservatives? Are there any preservatives that you use in the product?
Nope.
Or? No?
The ingredient list, that's the beauty of it. The ingredient list is so simple. I'm happy to even say it right here.
Yes,
It's
please.
oregano essential oil,
Mm-hmm.
a very specific grade, the true medicinal oregano vulgare, orange essential oil, lemon essential oil, extra virgin olive oil, and vitamin E. That's it. There's nothing else in it.
That's amazing. And the product is organic as well?
No, it's not organic, and the
Mm-hmm.
reason it's not organic is actually an interesting one, because our company is certified organic, so
Mm-hmm.
wherever possible we try to use organic. The problem is we can't get this grade of oil certified organic. Can't get it. They do not make it certified organic at this high quality, so we do specify that it can't have any herbicides, pesticides, etc. used on it. So it is clean as if it were organic, but it is not certified organic.
Okay. And in terms of contraindications with other products or medications, are there any?
The only stuff that we have been made aware of,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason I say that is because there's always a potential going forward, something no one's heard of before, a weird
Right.
combination, is there are some people who are sensitive naturally to oregano
Mm-hmm.
or to lemon or to orange. If you are, we do not recommend taking the product. And the other thing is, if you're not used to a reasonable amount of spice, you will find that it's going to be a bit of a shock to you. But once you've gotten over that initial, okay, wasn't expecting that, there's usually no issues.
A shock?
It's a little shock if you've never taken a concentrate,
Uh-huh.
is a little shock to your taste buds.
Oh, I see. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah,
So,
it's a little shock. It's like, okay, I knew it was oregano. I knew it smelled like oregano and lemon and orange. But yeah, okay. It's not like you're taking an orange lemon soda.
uh, do you,
But those familiar with
mm-hmm.
natural health products, they'll be well familiar with this. There'll be no surprises.
It sounds amazing. I've tried before to take oregano oil, and it has been a little bit too much for me. So I'm looking forward to trying the buffer version that you offer.
Great.
Yeah.
Please, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you will, for sure. Do you have any like personal testimonials? I know you talked about the sinus congestion earlier, but do you have any personal testimonials or any other testimonials you'd like to share about the oregano oil with our listeners?
The vast majority of our clientele, we've been selling this product, this specific one, for over a decade in Canada. The vast majority of the clients who use this specific oil of oregano are ones that just can't handle or just don't want that whoosh, as we call it, of our regular oil of oregano. But we get regular comments from users telling us, finally I can take a liquid oregano, I can handle it. It's just not overwhelming, and I feel the effect. The interesting thing is, a good oil of oregano, you should feel within, I would say, a minute to a minute and a half after taking it, you should feel a warming in your lower chest area. That's how you know there's something there. And our clients time and time again say, oh yeah, I can feel it.
That's great to be taking a product and know that it's instantly working by feeling, that warmth feeling. And you mentioned earlier that it was good for circulation as well?
Oh yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All your spices are, and
Mm.
oregano in particular, just because of its strength.
Fantastic. So this is so interesting to speak with you today. You're so
Thank you.
knowledgeable. And can you tell us where people can find your products and how you can be contacted?
Not a problem. We're
Mhm.
available coast to coast. You can get it at virtually any health food store out there. If there's no health food store close to you, we're available in most Loblaw stores. In Quebec, it would also be the Quebec version, which is Proprietor and Maxi.
Okay.
We're also available at, I'd say, about half of the Rexalls in Canada, about half of them roughly. And on top of that, our own website, which is Pur-Le naturalstore.com, and we're also available on Amazon.
Fantastic. Amazon too. And do you have any Facebook page, or can people
Um,
find you there?
we do.
Mm-hmm.
We do have Facebook. Pur-Le Natural has its own Facebook. We also have our own Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and we have our own Twitter. I'll be honest, I'm not the tech guy when it comes to that. But I think we're at Pur-Le Natural with an E for most of them.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Joel. This was such a pleasure to have you join me today.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. As you can't tell, I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy talking about this stuff.
Excellent. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say to our listeners today before we conclude?
I just like to say, please enjoy and let the buffered oregano help you enjoy the wonderful winter that we've got coming. As I'm looking out my window, I see about 3 inches of snow. So take winter on your terms.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait to try it myself.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Joel.